One of them's got a face for radio, and the other is blind as a bat. You be the judge of which is which. It's TM5, sponsored by Hannah Strawn Realty.
Dan Marino should rot in hell.
Nobody knows anything about brain.
America!
Who wants some Arnie Palmies?
Everybody love everybody!
Jesus, what happened to your face?
Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
Do you not realize I have had diarrhea since Easter's?
Good. That's Georgia. And welcome into the Morning Five podcast. It feels good to say that we are back after a long delay of a lot of baseball. Spring is very busy in the Lindahl and Sparling household. We finally got down to where it's not pure insanity. It's just slight insanity. And it is a Morning Five on a Thursday. Billy, how you doing, pal?
I just did my final regular season broadcast last night. How'd
it go? What are we working with? How are we doing? Did we beat Northside?
Beat Northside 11-5. We'll talk more about that in on the Marine South scoreboard. But yeah, it was a good night for us. And the seniors, the 8 seniors, got to play their final regular season game, and likely their final game at the Birch last night.
You know what's kind of crazy? I know we're going to get into high school baseball at some point. Is how much success that Central Lions team has had, and their best players are still sophomores.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's they. I would say they're probably a year ahead of schedule.
Yeah, probably. But you know what? It's a very talented group. This group of senior, you can't dismiss their leadership.
Well, you got 2 going to LaGrange, right? Rhett Nelson and I just saw Braden Grimaldi signed this week to LaGrange.
Yep. And
that's
2
awesome.
going to LC, so that's awesome. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We have a game tonight. We'll talk more about that, but the consequences of what
2 games tonight, right?
Central's got 1. Just 1.
Wait, are y'all not playing 3 against Northside?
We played our first one on Tuesday.
Oh, you played the first one on 2. Okay, gotcha. I'm with you. I forgot. I thought y'all don't do doubleheaders. Y'all don't do one-day doubleheaders. Y'all do.
No,
I think we talked about this. And I forgot about it.
The region. I think Riley was one of like maybe 2 or 3 that voted for doubleheaders, and then the others.
So much easier on travel.
100%.
I know it's a lot in one day, but like it just makes it so much easier on travel.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
We'll crack open a little energy drink here, Billy.
Actually mentioned it. Oh, bum energy.
Bum energy drink. I mean, there's nothing like sucking down a bum. I mean, if you don't like sucking on bum, I don't know what your problem is. Bum energy drink from Walmart. It's pretty tasty. 5 calories, no sugar. Doesn't give you a lot of energy. Not as good as a Red Bull, but it's all right. I tried it. You know, my motto, I'll try anything once. And so I tried sucking down bum this week, and it's fine. I'll buy it again. Not my number one energy drink by any stretch of the imagination, but
backup.
I'll suck a bum every now and then. Yeah,
it's a backup.
Backup. It's the bum backup.
Yeah, I actually mentioned you on the broadcast last night, and Chad asked me. He's like, "So what teams in West Georgia are how are we looking as far as playoffs are concerned?" And I was like, "Funny you should say that. Everybody should listen to the Morning Five podcast tomorrow morning because Bryce and I are going through it all."
Yeah, tune in. You'll find out. Billy, today is International Pizza Cake Day.
What the hell is a pizza cake?
No clue, but today is the day to celebrate pizza cake if you are a pizza cake fan. Listen, I'm a fan of pizza. I'm not a huge fan of cake, but it's fine in the right settings. I like a little red velvet. It's all right. But I don't know if I could get down with a pizza cake.
Just, ugh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, pepperoni cake.
Nope. Mm-mm.
I mean,
the pepperoni and the sweetness. No.
Little Italian sausage, some Canadian bacon.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, maybe some bell peppers.
I'm
Barn City, dude. It's like trying to make a cake healthy. Not the pizza's healthy, but what the hell are we doing?
Yeah.
Today is also, Billy, where's your favorite place to get pizza from in the West Georgia area? Go-to pizza joint.
Lately,
there's a good place near us, mom and pop place that just opened up called Domino's. It's pretty good.
lately there's a place, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's right here in Bremen. That's really good pizza. It's got like homemade breadsticks, homemade cheese sticks. It's actually really, really good.
The place is going to be flooded now with your glowing recommendation and the fact that you have no clue what the hell the name of it is.
Yeah, I'm so terrible at this.
That place it's going to have a wait now. So good for them. They should pay us for that type of endorsement deal right there on the Morning Five.
Somebody needs to pay us.
Yeah, no shit. That is how you get a brand out there. The place is good. I don't know where it's at, what it's called.
I know exactly where it's at. I've ordered there several times. I just haven't
where it is. Give me them longitude and latitude.
It's right across from the old Thrift Town grocery. It's in the old 333 Wings building.
Oh, I know where Thrift Town. I can't believe Thrift Town closed. That sucked.
And the other thing, I think it used to be like a pizza place in Temple, because they're like, we're in Bremen now, right? I was like, yeah. What I called. So
yeah, I know you're in Bremen, but I have no idea what the hell the name of your store is. So
yeah, I'm sorry.
Maybe get the name out of your establishment out there better. You know who has the best pizza in Villa Rica that I've found? I'm a pizza connoisseur. I love pizza, and
sure you are.
I can put down a pie. I'm a large human being. It's I'll put down a pie myself. Johnny's.
Yeah, which Casey Bass made that abundantly clear on yesterday's podcast.
Putting down pies?
No, just the fact that you are a large human being.
I'm a large human being, yeah. And listen, I dominated some Georgia peach ice cream sandwiches at the Masters. Those were there's no better breakfast at 8:30 in the morning than a beer and an ice cream sandwich. I mean, what? Come on, it's America, people.
He said you put down like 9 of those things.
Probably. Yeah, probably. I think I had 3 or 4 pimento cheese sandwiches. I had a couple egg salad sandwiches. I had one of those ice cream sandwiches. Yeah, I probably had 9. Yeah. I stayed under double digits. I can assure you of that. I didn't on the Crow's Nest beer, but on the peach ice cream sandwiches, I stayed in the single digits.
But you did stay under the number that we originally had for you. For
what was the original number? Because I think
it was like 22 in a hook.
Oh, that's a good number because that's exactly what I drank the following Friday was 22.
Oh,
that is wow.
That was a Kevin number too.
Far too well. Wow. That's bang on. It was 22. I counted the cups when I got home. 22. That was bang on the money, man.
Emily's not going to like, you're going to have like this wonderful, family dinner, and everyone's just going to be passing around Crow's Nest.
Put out the fine china. Yeah. The green Crow's Nest Masters plastic cups are coming out, baby. It doesn't get any finer than that. I can buy the other fancy shit at Target if we need to. You can't find those Crow's Nest cups anywhere around here.
No,
Limited
sir.
edition. Limited edition. Billy, today is also Day of the Mushroom. Are you a fan of shrooms?
No, I'm not.
Not a shrooms guy, really?
No, I'm not. I can't. Hard pass.
Nothing like cooked, pickled,
no,
smoked,
no,
broiled.
They've even tried. Hey, you should get the portobello mushrooms. It tastes like a steak. No, it doesn't.
It doesn't taste like a steak. That's just
no, it doesn't.
That's something a vegetarian tells you. And vegetarians are sad, sad people. So don't trust them. That portobello mushrooms do not. I love mushrooms. I'm a big mushroom guy.
How dare you speak of Rob Lowe like that?
The guy that's a stapler? Oh, no, that's Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
my bad. I was getting them mixed up. Massey's Pizza up in Columbus, Ohio does a really good mushroom and pepperoni. That is absolutely fantastic. Big fan of shrooms, though. Not a fan of shrooms, Billy?
No, I'm not a fan of shrooms.
Wow. Did them one time. I thought I was a snake for 4 hours. That was an interesting night. Today is also National Eggs Benedict Day.
That was last Saturday, wasn't it?
Benedict. Porqué?
That was last Saturday, wasn't it?
I don't know. You put it on here, Billy. It's on our sheet.
No. I mean, you thinking you were a snake for 4 hours.
No, that was a long time ago. That was 20 something years ago, 21, 22 years ago. Today is also National Eggs Benedict Day. Billy, are you a fan of eggs Benedict?
It's not the way that I would typically eat eggs, but sure.
How would you typically eat eggs? I'm not a fan of eggs Benedict either. How would you typically eat eggs? If Billy Lindahl is sitting in his house on a Saturday morning with nothing to do. All he's got on is his boxers. How are you cooking your eggs? How do you like them prepared?
So if I'm cooking them at home, I'm making scrambled eggs.
Okay.
But if I'm ordering them, like if we go to Wahoo, it's going to be over medium.
Really? So you don't go scrambled at the Awful Waffle?
No.
Why is that? Why do you scramble
like-
at home?
Well, typically I'll get the All-Star special. So I get the
Isn't that for like
eggs.
12-year-olds?
Yeah.
Kids
Yeah.
menu, right?
Um,
Easy there.
it I get the eggs and I get the yolk
toy that comes
and
with it.
play and dip the
Play with
bread
the-
in the
Play with
toast.
the yolk.
Yeah.
What is
Play with the yolk.
My God. Ordering off the kids menu, playing with the yolk. How have you not been banned from the Awful Waffle out there in Bremen?
Oh,
That is disturbing.
wonderful.
I have gotten really bougie as of late with my eggs.
Color me surprised.
I'll crack them and I'll mix them in a separate bowl, and then I'll pour them over low heat on the oven. I mean, super low heat, constantly stirring. It gets a little bit solidified, Put a little heavy whipping cream in there and a big old chunk of butter, and it's still low heat, stirring constantly. And then you're going to pull it off, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes into the process, and it's almost like a soupy scrambled egg. It's great over toast. Gordon Ramsay, I saw it on TikTok. It's how Gordon Ramsay does his scrambled eggs, and it is freaking delectable. Now, it takes a while. It's a process to get done, but it is very, very good.
You are bougie.
Sometimes I'm bougie. Sometimes I can be bougie. Absolutely, Billy. 100%. We talked about it, and we're going to dive right into it. Masters Sunday. So we got to go on Friday to the women's amateur, which was amazing.
Saturday on the women's amateur.
Saturday on the women's amateur, excuse me, which was amazing. And I think so. Having been Sunday, I'll get into the Sunday round. Having been the Saturday for the women's am and the Friday for the Masters, Billy, I'm going to let you in on a secret. I think I'd rather go to the women's am.
Casey was mentioning that yesterday as well, because there's just obviously you're going to go see a lot more of the golfers that you want to see at the Masters. But the women's am was really, really good. They played very good golf, and there was a hell of a lot, I'm sure, because I talked to you about it, but it's a hell of a lot less crowded than what it was and we went to the final round.
Yeah. Very, very much so. Less crowded, a shorter day. We were out of there by what, 2 or 3 o'clock? We were already on our way home to West Georgia.
Yeah, 3:30.
Yeah, we're already on our home. And Billy, the most important part that I found out, the women's am, you get first dibs on merch.
Oh, really?
I can't tell you how much stuff wasn't available when I went on Friday.
Really?
That they had on Saturday. Do you remember? Did you see the polo that I was wearing, the lime green polo with a little? Not at the merch store. Yeah.
Wow.
I had almost 10 people come up to me and ask me where I purchased that shirt from. And I was like, I got it from the merch store. What are you talking about? And they're like, north or south? And I was like, north? Why? They're like, it's sold out. I can't find that shirt anywhere, and I want it. Yeah. So if you're a merch guy, I'm a merch guy. I like pretty. I went back and did more damage on the Friday than I did the previous Saturday. Yeah,
you did a lot of damage.
I did a lot of damage the first time around. I just doubled down and said, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do more damage.
Just gave you your entire paycheck for the rest of the year.
Yeah, it was. Did more. It would. Yeah. So we'll leave it at that. But it was. I'll be eating cardboard and drinking PBR this summer. So if our vacation will be a kiddie pool in the front lawn. But you get first dibs on the merch at the women's am. Less crowded, shorter day. I loved the women's am. Now I'm not going to turn down Masters tickets, but I certainly want to go to the women's am every year because of the first dibs on the merch. And I'm not a guy that's going to go resell it. Like I like to have Masters merch. Like it's really neat. I didn't buy a belt. I'm kind of kicking myself for not buying a belt. I know. Yeah. That was a mistake. I should have bought that belt the second time around. I didn't. but I'll rectify that mistake next year.
Yeah, you and I were talking about it after we came back that from the women's AM. We were like, okay, we've got to put in for the lottery for the Masters, for the women's AM, and something else too. Didn't
Drive,
you
chip,
get
and putt.
drive, chip, and putt? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so all three of those will have to chip in. But yeah, Sunday at the Masters. So we get there. Dad and I stayed at the Studio 6 Heroin Halfway Home in Augusta, Georgia. Very fine establishment. I don't know if there's anything lower than a 1-star, but if there is, this place would be it. We entered the room and immediately had the beautiful musty smell that you get when a crappy rusty air conditioner that's been running since the 1930s. Air conditioning didn't really work that well. The chairs and the walls had cigarette burns and stains all over them. I was pretty sure I was going to fall through the floor a couple times while walking around as it was creaking. One of the electrical sockets had electrical tape over the top socket, and then it was painted the same color as the wall. So I'm not sure if that socket just didn't work or if they were just too lazy to take the electrical tape off after they painted the wall. Don't know, didn't try it, didn't want to kill myself. Although I'll give them props, we had a refrigerator in our room. I didn't know we got a room with a refrigerator and a stovetop, so it was great if we wanted to make meth. I didn't know that going into it, but it makes total sense why it would. Looked in the closet. I'm like 99% sure there was a blood smear on the wall inside the closet. The top of the shower looked like it was going to collapse at any moment, or a horde of roaches were going to come out there and also shower with you, which would be nice to have a little company.
So let me pause right there. Let me ask you this, because this is something that's always kind of interested me. You are not a tiny human being.
No, I'm not. No, not by any stretch of the imagination.
Now, I'm a shade under 6 foot. Okay, I'm 5'11 ish, somewhere around there. And there has been times that I've gone into showers at hotels where like I am face first with the shower head.
Yeah.
You and your dad are not tiny.
No.
And I'm assuming you were probably doing much of the same, like having to crouch underneath to get to any kind of water.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the shower head was at titty height for me, which was nice. Titty down, really clean. Shoulders, head, hair above the titties, not as clean. The shower is my next thing. Going to the shower basin, the floor of it had a big crack in it, so half the water ran into the drain, properly dispensing of the water, and the other half ran into the crack, and Lord knows where that water went inside the rest of the hotel because we were on the second floor. So I'm sure that's dripping somewhere and causing immense amounts of water damage. The nozzle was somehow installed backwards. The hot was cold and cold was hot. I stood there for about 10 minutes with the water on hot and it's freezing cold. And at that point I was just like, whatever, cold shower. Fine. I've done it before. I'll do it again. I hop in. It's freezing cold. And I said, you know what? For shits and giggles, let's see if they hook this bastard up backwards. Sure did. Turn it over to cold and you get hot. Yeah, sketchy. It was inside the parking lot of like a discount shoe store. It was called like think of TJ Maxx, but way shittier, and all they sell is shoes. It was the weirdest. Like we had to go through a McDonald's parking to get to the parking lot of the hotel we stayed in. We had to go through a McDonald's parking lot, and then the parking lot of a shoe store that's called like DG Discount Shoes.
DSW?
No. Oh God, no. DSW is way out of this league of this store. It was like BG Discount Shoes or DG. I don't remember what it was called, but it was sketchy as shit to get to this Studio 6. We have to go through all that to get to it. Needless to say, we brought everything in from the car. Like we didn't leave anything in the car. I even had the tickets, and I hid the tickets inside my book bag under the bed because I'm like, I'm not leaving these. Like, what happens if we get? Yeah. I'm gonna hide them up my anus. If we get robbed, they are not getting these damn tickets. Oh, sketchy hotel. Everything worked out fine. It was all right. It was, short notice. Everything's expensive there at Augusta. Trying to find something in our price range. We live, we learn. We won't do it again. So we wake up. We get to Augusta at about 5:30. They've already opened the parking things, even though they said they weren't going to open until 6. They've already opened those. we park, we get out, we get to the front gate around 6. So we stand there until 7 when the gates are opened. We walk in just like we did at 7:00, and I set my dad down over at the practice facility, not the driving range. They don't have one of those on area. It's a practice facility. So I sat dad down there, and I was like, hey, I'm going to run our chairs to Amen Corner. I was like, you sit here. I'm going to power walk my fat ass down there as fast as I could. And I got down there, and we got seats right on the ropes.
Really?
I mean, probably 10 feet down towards the hole from the tee box of 12, right on the ropes. I mean, we had a beautiful shot of the tee shots. And then I go back, pick up my dad. He found some lady to talk to that he was sitting next to. She's a former Texas A&M D1 golfer. Her daughter is now big into golf, and her daughter was out in California last week getting a golf lesson. They live in Houston. She was out in California getting a golf lesson last week. This week, she flies up to Canada to get a golf lesson. So these people live in a different stratosphere than we do, flying all over to get golf lessons. And then Dad and I just kind of make the rounds, man. We go and do the pimento cheese chicken breast sandwich. Highly suggest next time you go. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do the pimento cheese sandwich, is smash a chicken breast in between the pimento cheese sandwich. So then we get some hors d'oeuvres, we get some beers, we walk around, we watch people on the first tee. We go to 4, we go to 5. We walk around the entire front 9, then we stand around and watch some more people tee off from 1. We do merch later in the day, maybe a 10-minute line, 10-15-minute line. I wasn't going to fight it for the gnomes again. And we got in. A lot of stuff sold out. At the merch place.
But the fact that they had gnomes again pisses me off.
Yeah, well, they limit those. They limit those to only 1,000 a day and 1 per customer, from what I understand. So we do the merch later in the day, and then after the merch, we go do the picture, which we almost forgot. We got done with the merch, and I was like, all right, let's run to Amen Corner and sit down and watch some golf. And he was like, you want to do the picture? And I was like, oh, shit, yeah, I forgot about that. Let's go do the picture. So we walk around the par 3, just gorgeous, lovely as always. We go take a picture. We walk down to Amen Corner. We're sitting next to one guy who is a huge Rory McIlroy fan that flew in from England or something, and then Dad's sitting next to this Florida State grad who sells semi-truck parts down in Thomaston, Georgia. The random people you meet there is one of the coolest things ever. And we sit at Amen Corner for about 4 hours and just soak it in, watch golf, drink beer, and enjoy the weather. I mean, 84, sunny, slight breeze. Couldn't ask for a better day. The last group goes through Amen Corner. We pop over to 16. It just so happens we get right on the ropes at 16, right where we sat for the women's AM. We sat right there. Yeah, we sat right there on Friday. Watched probably 7 or 8 groups go through. Watched DeChambeau, watched Rory, watched them go through, and then we kind of followed Rory up to 18 on Friday and watched him finish out. And it was cool, man. It was really, really neat. It was, in my opinion, it was a little bit more special than when we went for the women's amateur, just because it's the Masters. But it was beautiful. And I didn't realize until we went to the women's amateur, and Kevin was telling us that you can't get an Azalea drink at Augusta unless you're in the clubhouse. Unless you have tickets for the clubhouse, you can't get an Azalea drink. It's beer or wine for you.
Yeah, the funny thing, ever since we came back, the girlfriend has been getting, she's been searching and legitimately searching things on Instagram, like merch hauls from Augusta. And that's all her Instagram feed is now. And then about the same time, I started getting, here's what the Azalea is and how you can make it at home. And I'm like, oh, because the Azalea drink sounds amazing.
I've made it at home before. Emily made it for us last year when we had a Masters themed thing. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Emily made she made the Azalea. She did pimento cheese sandwich, and she did egg salad sandwich. It was good. Yeah. I like her pimento cheese better. Her pimento cheese sandwich was better than the Masters pimento cheese sandwich.
Let me ask you this, and this is always an interesting thing because this is the reason that I'm not a big fan of Phil's. Were there any golfers or caddies that were just absolute dicks?
No,
you're there.
nobody really interacted with the fans. I'm trying to think. Nobody really interacted with the fans at Amen Corner. Nobody really interacted with the fans. Walk into the first tee box, they'd slap hands or anything. I think these guys are so zoned in that it's the Masters. Like, it's unlike any tournament they play in. I think they're just so zoned in that the patrons almost don't even register on their scale, if that makes sense. Like, the patrons aren't even on their radar. No, nobody was overly dickish to anybody, but also no one was overly nice to anybody that I saw. I just think they're so zoned in for a round of golf at Augusta National that they're not being a dick, but they just don't have time to worry about what the patrons are doing.
Right. Yeah. That was just an idea that because I had gone years ago and Phil and his caddy were a dick.
Hey, he probably lost money that day. Dude was probably $1 million in the hole to Tiger Woods or somebody, and you're over here chastising him.
No, I was honestly a fan of his going in, and then it just gave me a bad taste in the mouth. Pardon the expression. But I'm glad you had a good time, man.
Gave you a bad taste in your mouth?
Yeah, bad taste in my mouth.
How much did you pay for that?
I'm glad you had a great time on Friday. How'd your dad hold up? Because that was something that, and we're on camera, remember this. How'd your dad hold up? Because you and I were talking about it at the end of our day.
Yeah.
At the women's, and I was like, your dad's gonna have a day here.
Yeah, he's an old ass. But dude, he was a trooper. He stayed with me step for step. We were over 13 miles and right under 30,000 steps for the day on Friday. Yeah, he texted me Saturday afternoon or Sunday morning. Oh, Sunday. He texted me Sunday at 9:30 and said he just woke up. And if you know my dad's up at like 5 a.m. every single morning. And he texted me at 9:30. He was like, I just woke up. And I texted him back. I said, yeah, I had an Epsom salt bath last night when I got home and crashed at about 8:30. I said I slept for about 13 hours. But yeah, dude, he was joking. He said, yep. Towards the end there, I was really waning. He said, I could not wait to get to the car.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I don't blame you, man. I was exhausted as well. But yeah, a great time. Absolutely fantastic time at the Masters. I want to thank the Spurs again. They'll never see this. But I do want to thank Ed Spurn and Shelby Spur for giving us the tickets on Friday. That was pretty awesome, pretty neat, pretty special,
man.
Yep.
All right, let's get talking about some high school baseball, shall we? Baseball. You've been lucky enough to follow around the Villa Rica Wildcats, who have become region champs for 4 years in a row. No.
This is 3 out of 4. Last year, South Paulding won it.
That's right.
Yep. The Spartans. Yeah. Region champs again. Wrapped it up 2 weeks ago versus Rome. This is Wade Bailey's 3rd region championship in his first 4 years. He's still trying to get to that 100 win mark in 4 seasons. I don't know if he's going to be able to get to it this year. I believe he still needs 4 wins. We have 1 regular season game left, so it'll go into the playoffs. But yeah, it looks like we're going to be facing Dutchtown in round 1. And that'll be a Friday-Saturday series, doubleheader on Friday. I'll have both those games for you on Friday. I got to talk to Casey and see if he can possibly call the Saturday if game. If it happens, I'll be in Kennesaw because Willow is competing in state that Saturday at 1 o'clock.
I can confirm that Villa Rica should beat the ever-living piss out of Dutchtown because Central took care of business against Dutchtown earlier in the year.
Well, Billy, we lost to South Paulding on Tuesday.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, that was miserable. I want to forget that.
I also heard from my father, who was telling me a story that he had heard you on the broadcast talking about the umpires were a little bit questionable.
the worst umpiring job I've seen in high school this year. It was embarrassingly horrendous. And it even sucks more because I know a lot of the umpires in the organization and they're really good. Like we get some really, really good umpires out here in the West Georgia area. And it just, I don't, you know, it just sucks that we didn't lose the game because of the umpire. It didn't help, but he was bad on both sides. We had 165 errors. You know, it was no, but yes, the umpire. It was the worst umpiring job I've seen all year in high school baseball. Not the worst umpiring job I've seen all year this year, because we had a middle school umpire that was. I'm not sure if he ever seen a baseball game or played a baseball. I'm not even sure if he knew what the sport of baseball was going into the game. I think he thought we were supposed to have an MLB strike zone, and the MLB player strike zone that he was framing it for was Jose Altuve. It was just awful. I'm like, they're middle school. Like, come on, dude. Like, if it sniffs the plate, it's a strike. But yes, Tuesday night was a struggle.
So if we're going to go away from alphabetical, so opposite of alphabetical, we'll go up to Temple. Temple will miss the playoffs this year. One, and I can't even tell you what their record is right now, but it's 1 and something, and it's not been a good season for the Temple Tigers. I hate it for them. Coach Aldridge is done as best job as he can, and he's got some young studs that, and Parker Gore can tell you, but he's got some young studs that are coming up that will help, but we'll see how that works out moving forward with Temple. Mount Zion ends up getting the 3 seed, I think, in their region. Don't have who they're facing just yet.
They will face the number 2 team in Region 4, and I can pull that up here for you in a second. If you keep talking, Billy, I'll pull up.
Yeah.
Try to find out what Mount Zion and Bowden have.
Mount Zion and Bowden have had a really strong year. Well, Bowden, and talking to Coach Brian Vance, he told me, he's like, listen, we haven't had the greatest year, but we're fighting. And he's got 4 seniors, I think, that are just a part of this program that has been one of the winningest, sections of his program ever. And for them to continue to win, and they just won their region title for the 4th year in a row. So congratulations go out to Bowden. But with Mount Zion's had Knox Israel and guys like that have just taken over and been a huge part of that baseball program for Randall Wright at Mount Zion, and has done a great job of it.
So Mount Zion is going to pull Trutland in the first round. Trutland 11-1 in region, 22-5 overall. They will have to travel down to Trutland to play the Vikings. Let me see if they've played anybody even close to. They played Mary Persons, lost 7-1. Nobody really familiar to us. They do still have 2 games, but so they'll either play Mount Zion or play either Wilcox County or Trutland. They are still battling for the region title. That has not been decided yet. That will be decided tonight. So they'll have to either travel to Wilcox County or Trutland. Both are 11-1 in region. Wilcox County 19-4 overall. Trutland 22-5 overall. And just since we'll stay in the same bracket real quick, same classification. Region 17-1, Bowden, the region champions. They will face Montgomery County, who is 5-7 in region and 8-14 overall.
Yeah. Real quick, going back to Mount Zion. Mount Zion's 14-7 on the season. And ended up, I think they're 3-5 in region play. So just a interesting way of, and it's the complete opposite for Bowden. I think Bowden is under 500 on the season, but they have a winning record in region play. So it's wild, man. But yeah, it's for those 2 teams, and they better enjoy it because they're not playing each other anymore.
That's crazy, dude. I know they're not playing each other in football. I would assume they're still going to play each other in baseball.
I don't know.
I would-
I'm assuming.
I would think,
Out-
yeah.
Bowden is 12-16 overall, 7-1 in region.
Jeez, that's all right.
All right, let's get over to the Heard County Braves. Here's where it gets weird. So when I was looking at the power rankings earlier in the week, I think Heard County, Haralson County, and Bremen. Bremen's going to be, I think they're going to end up being either number 2 or number 3 in the state in the power rankings. Heard County and Haralson County are outside the top 32 right now, but there's like 9 or 10 private schools that are going to.
Why do they even have these private schools ranked in here?
Don't know.
It's so stupid, man.
Heard County 13-14 on the season, 6-10 in region play. I got to see them earlier in the year face off against Central. Yeah, it's a good team. I thought they had a good team. Max Lasser continues to be Max Lasser. River White has played his tail off this year. It's and Buck Hofield. Buck Hofield has more moxie and more swagger in him than anybody I think I've ever met in my life. I told him that I was gonna do sidelines for Central football this year, and that I would be down at Heard County for the first game of the year. And he goes, "Yeah, we're gonna beat y'all." I'm like, "Oh, okay,
Okay.
all right, Buck,
All
let's
right.
go."
I like the confidence.
So
it looks to me like Haralson County should be 24th in the power rankings after the private schools are removed. I can't even begin to tell you who they play, but they will be on the road. And Heard County will be 28th. So they will also make the playoffs, but they will be on the road as well, if my math works out. At 24th for Haralson County and 28th for Heard County.
Haralson County 13-14 on the year, 7-9 in region play, and found out that Samuel has called 26 of their games this year.
Has he really? Holy crap, dude. That's nuts.
Hey, I think I just called either 17 or 18 of Centrals. Like the last one was 18, I think. And he has called 27 or 26 of them, and he's still calling model. Like he's still calling 2 more games this week.
My God, that's insane. I did not know. I did not know he was called. How many games has he not called this year? Like
one
game. That's
Yeah.
bizarre, man. That's absolutely hilarious. I did not know that. I didn't know that he'd called that many games. That's fantastic.
The Central Lions are going to be either the 3 or the 4 seed, depending on how tonight goes. A win tonight will secure the 3 seed. A loss tonight secures the 4 seed. If they win tonight, they will face off and be on the road against St. Pius X. If they lose tonight, they will face off against Marist. So,
is there a big difference between St. Pius X and Marist? I haven't looked at either one of them. Marist is usually really good.
Not much.
So is St. Pius X.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
And guess who Central would get second round if they were to move on?
Who's that?
BT.
Oh, okay. All right. So thanks for participating.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, that's Villarica. If we get past Dutchtown, we welcome in either Houston County or TCC. And everywhere you look, they're either 3-4, or 3-5, or 2-4. They're both of them top 5 team in the state. So, yeah, have our work cut out for us. Billy, today is Thirsty Thursday, and I
We're not going to talk about Carrollton.
Oh yeah, we can.
Carrollton region champs. Shout out to Carrollton.
Shout out.
First time region champs since 2021. Found out today.
Really?
Yeah. So
that's surprising. Yeah. That's a really tough region.
Yeah. So shout out to Coach Bianco and company out there at Carrollton Region Champs.
Who do they match up with? Do you know?
No, couldn't tell you.
That bracket is insane. Always.
Yes.
That top end bracket is like just insane. Like you can have a first round matchup with two dudes that are going D1. Like I love watching some of that stuff. North Paulding's really good. Did Carrollton play North Paulding?
Don't know.
I don't know either. North Paulding I heard was really good. I haven't seen them yet. Billy, today is Thursday, so I figured it'd be appropriate for us to have a little discussion, especially with the weather, how it feels outside. I thought it would be appropriate for us to have a little discussion on what our favorite poolside or beach drinks are. Now, I'll go ahead and preface this by saying I am eliminating beer. I'm not including beer on my list. So this will be different types of drinks other than beer.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm taking that out. So
right.
No beer. Billy, do you have a list?
I've got one in my mind. It's not very long, but you know that I'm not that big of a drinker. So
most of your stuff isn't very long, so that
fair.
checks out.
Yeah.
Short and sweet, point.
The first one I'm going to go with, and it was worked for me the last couple of trips that we've taken down to the beach. I've just filled up a giant like Yeti cup and just walked out and floated in the ocean. But I had a giant cup of rum and Dr. Pepper. And a lot of people are like, rum and Dr. Pepper? Why would you drink rum and Dr. Pepper? Well, rum and Coke is good, but rum and Dr. Pepper, there's a little bit of an extra thing to it, and it's perfect. So rum and Dr. Pepper. You can give me that look all you want to. I don't care. Rum and Dr. Pepper is good. It's good.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Hard pass.
You asked me for my list, dude.
I'm just telling you, that's a poor
It's not
choice.
my list to get for you.
That's a poor choice for pick number 5. I'm just telling you.
I had to do 5? Shit.
Well, yeah, I thought we were doing a top
Oh,
5. Were you just going to do
Top
one
5 is
drink?
Wednesday, homie.
What? We don't.
You're
just
not
do
Casey
one
Bass.
drink. You just have one drink. That was your one drink. You were coming on here with one beach drink, and you were going to go with rum and Dr. Pepper.
I've got another one. Chill the out.
Insane. At number 5, I have a proper drink. It's a mojito. I'm a big fan of mojitos, man. You feel refreshed. You drink a mojito, you have that little lime, you have a little mint in there, you grind it in there. You get the tonic water, it bubbles in. You just feel refreshed, man. You feel energized. It feels like a spring breath or a summer breeze. Just reinvigorates you. I love mojitos. I got mojito at number 5, a fantastic drink. I fell in love with those when I was 16 on a cruise one time, and I told the cruise people that I was 18 so I could drink on the boat. And it was all fun and games until my mom got my booze bill at the end of the trip, and it was more expensive than everybody's ticket was for the cruise.
No.
Big fan of mojitos. Yeah. Big fan of mojitos.
My next drink is a alcoholic Dole Whip, and you have gotten these at Disney, and they have these little pool bars over at Disney, and they had Dole Whip alcoholic versions, and it's really freaking good. It's almost like frozen pineapple with vodka, and it's awesome.
Okay. Hey, pick number 4, much better than pick number 5, Billy. Congratulations. Good job. I approve. The Bryce Farling seal of approval. At number 4, I have the Penis Colada, a little pina colada. You know, your little rum, cream of coconut, pineapple juice, mix it all in there. Maybe add some cherries or a pineapple wedge. Couple different ways you can fix a penis colada, but I'm a big fan of it. It almost tastes. It's gonna sound weird. It reminds me of sun lotion. What's that? Sunblock. I never used sunblock. I couldn't think of the word. It reminds me of sunblock for some reason. I don't know why, but a penis colada reminds me of sunblock. It just reminds me of the beach and the pool. I love pina coladas. If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, if you're not into yoga, if you have half a brain, if you like making love at midnight in the dunes of the Cape, So that's pina colada, number 4.
My next one is going to be a margarita. I've had one margarita at a poolside in my life, and it was pretty good. But I'm not a big fan of tequila. Yeah. But it was pretty good.
Tequila.
That's my next one. And these are not in order, by the way. Like, I think the Rum and Coke or the Dr. Pepper and Coke would be my number 1, but that's just me.
Disgusting. Billy, also at number 3, I have a margarita.
Okay.
I love margaritas. I'm a big fan of margaritas. It is probably the drink I make the most to go to the pool with. I put a little Grand Marnier in it, little orange liqueur with the tequila and the lime and the margarita mix and all that. My dad makes the world's greatest margaritas. He calls them Margahooters. Don't know why. Don't know where that name came from, but my dad makes the world's greatest margaritas. Now, Billy, when you make margaritas, are you a frozen margarita guy or are you an on the rocks margarita guy?
This was definitely frozen.
Frozen. Okay. See, I'm more of an on the rocks type guy. Now, I don't mind frozen at the pool or the beach. I can get down with that. But if I go to a restaurant and I order a margarita, I want it on the rocks. Salt around the rim, Billy? You put a little salt around the rim?
Not on the frozen one, no.
No, not on the. You don't like a salty rim. Okay.
No.
All right, no salty rim.
Probably my last one, because I don't drink. And this is just going to be kind of a broad stroke. Anything fruity. I've had like Ruby Relaxer from Ruby Tuesdays is great. I would love
actually
Sex on the Beach. Just things like no, not Screaming Seagull.
Screaming Seagull, excuse me. Not Eagle, pardon me.
No.
Gotta get that one right. So anything fruity, Billy.
Yeah.
Billy enjoys
and you guys have made fun of me for this for years. That's fine. But for me, I'm the weird one. When you grow up but when you grow up in a family full of a lot of alcohol, you kind of just want to avoid it at all costs so you don't get hooked and addicted to it. So for me, most of my drinks, I would prefer to not taste the alcohol at all. Most of them. Until I start getting a couple in.
4 or 5.
Like, fine.
Forget the mixer. Forget the mixer. Just pour it over the ice. I don't need the Dr. Pepper. I just want the rum.
We're good.
Yeah. I just want the rum. My earliest memory with booze is when it was the millennium. So I was 10. Yeah, I think it was 10. I was up at my uncle's house for the Y2K celebration, New Year's Eve, 10 years old. And my uncle decided to pay me money to get behind the bar and start pouring people drinks. He had a huge party. So I was back there learning how to make old fashions and Tom Collins and all these other drinks to pour for these other people at 10 years old. And they were tipping me. Made good money that night.
Bryce,
yeah.
I want you to think about this. And this is where this is where it's going to be fun because you and I kind of are similar here. Imagine Grayson doing that. Because that's around the same age.
Yeah, he'd be fantastic at it. he'd be great at that. That kid could make up an old fashioned like nobody's business. Yeah, he'd be great at that. Yeah, he'd be good. At number 2, I have a Hurricane. You would like this. It's a sweet drink.
Okay.
It's made with rum, not tequila. Got a little lemon juice in it. You can put some passion fruit in it if you want to. I know there's a bunch of different types of ways you can make a Hurricane, but it's just dark rum, white rum, and then a little passion fruit, lemon juice, and you are off and good to go. Once again, you can garnish with like a cherry or an orange slice or a pineapple or anything like that, but a Hurricane is at number 2 for me. Big fan of it, Billy. I think you'd like it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have another one, so go ahead with your number 1.
My number 1 is a drink that I fell in love with many moons ago, and it's every time I see this on the menu when I'm on vacation, it's an automatic go-to. I freaking love Mai Tais.
Okay.
Absolutely love Mai Tais. Little orange curacao, put a little syrup in there, a little simple syrup, fresh lime juice. It's made with rum. You put Jamaican rum in it, and you can put they call it like Martinique something. It's something else they put in. There's like 5 ingredients that go into a Mai Tai, but it is absolutely freaking fantastic, man. I'm a huge fan of a Mai Tai. Number 1 favorite pool or beach drink is a Mai Tai for me, and I excluded all beers. So I went mojito, margarita, pina colada, hurricane, and Mai Tai. Those were my top 5.
Bryce, let's get out to the Marine South scoreboard. Last night in high school baseball, Central defeats Northside 11-1. Bremen falls to Callaway 2-1. And those are your high school baseball scores. The Braves beat the Marlins and continue their winning ways and continue to be the only team in Major League Baseball who have yet to lose a series.
First team to get to 100 runs as well. I saw that today.
Yes.
Did what was the final score? I saw 3-0. 6-3. Okay, I turned it off at 3-0 after Riley hit that bomb.
Yeah, Olsen came up in the next inning or in the 7th and hit one into the chop house. So yeah, it's Braves look good. Awesome. And I'm excited about this team. Like, I'm cautiously excited about this team.
I'm on board with that.
On the Smiths Floor Coverings games and events calendar tonight in high school baseball, Bowden is at Trine at 5:30. Central is at Northside at 6. Darlington at Heard County at 5:30. Mount Zion is at Manchester at 4. Villarica is at South Paulding on the Villarica Wildcat Network.
No, I wouldn't count on it.
You still haven't heard back?
Nope, I haven't been cleared for that one. So I am going to assume that the Villarica Wildcat Network will not be invited to South Paulding to cover the Villarica at South Paulding game.
What time's the game? 6? 5:55?
5:55, yeah.
Okay. But that's your Smiths Floor Coverings games and events calendar.
Billy, do you need another cup of coffee?
Boy, do I ever.
Another cup of coffee brought to you by Hannah Strong with Century 21 Novus. Liv might be dead. The CEO is saying they are going to continue at quote unquote full throttle, but it's kind of weird. Everything the CEO has came out with after the meetings in New York is all referenced with zero reference towards 2027. I think Liv is dead.
It's a possibility. And honestly, it was an interesting venture, and it happens. You try to start something up and try to be different, but different in a bad way doesn't always equal the best way. So,
is it the biggest flop in sports history?
Do you know about the original XFL?
But did the original XFL have billions of dollars pumped into it?
It was run by freaking McMahon and Donald Trump. Of course it did.
Yeah, but I'd be shocked if McMahon and Donald Trump pumped into the XFL as much money as these Saudi backers did into the look how much money they were paying people to come over and play. $250 million to come over and play.
Yeah.
I think it's the biggest flop in sports history. I think it's the biggest swing and miss ever.
It's definitely possible.
Pete Finch or Rick Shields when they do fun videos. I'm not gonna watch. I don't want to watch Bryson DeChambeau. I know he's taking the tournament seriously, but it just doesn't feel like a serious. Go watch a live event and then go watch the Masters. It's completely different. I mean, for one, you'll probably actually be able to see approach shots on the live tour, as to where the Masters you weren't able to see approach shots on 18 for the two guys that were in the final grouping that were leading the day. That's neither here nor there about the horrendous coverage that CBS had on the Masters. Awful, horrible, deplorable. I don't know if I can say enough bad words about CBS and the Masters on Sunday. Awful.
I was watching it on the app, so I was in good shape
Yeah.
from what I understood.
CBS, we didn't even see the final putt from Rory. It was just his butt. We couldn't see the putt.
That's ridiculous.
Couldn't see it. Couldn't see either approach shot from Cam Young or Rory McIlroy on 18. Had no idea where those went. We saw maybe 5 shots from Scotty Scheffler, the entire back 9. Hao Tong Lee shot a 322 on a hole, and we didn't see a single freaking shot of that. The worst Masters coverage in the history of the Masters on Sunday from CBS. An absolute fail. It was
And
awful.
did it seem like, and you know, they've talked about this for years. They're like, oh, the Masters only does like 4 minutes of commercials an hour, is what they say. Did it seem like it was like every 15 minutes they were doing like 4 minutes of commercial breaks?
It didn't seem like it was limited interruptions this year. It seemed like they were back to a normal SEC on CBS commercial run. It was very annoying and very bad.
Bryce, let me ask you this. Do you have Amazon Prime?
Yeah, of course I do.
That's good, because that's the only place that you'll be able to watch the Hawks on Saturday in their first round matchup against the
Amazon Prime has exclusivity on first round matchups
for game 1. You get to watch Prime.
Just game 1.
Just game 1.
Okay.
It's the dumbest thing ever.
Bizarre. All righty.
6 p.m. on Saturday is
It's actually just quarter 1 and 2. Quarters 3 and 4 will be on TNT. Gotta switch over at halftime.
6 p.m. on Saturday. You could see the Hawks play the Knicks.
Billy,
and
over
hopefully
under 4.5 minutes of that game you'll watch.
I may watch some of it, honestly.
Look at you, big Hawks fan.
Yeah, I may watch it. It's the problem is right now is it highly depends on Gavin's tournament. He's got a game at 5 in Carrollton.
Oh, all right. Close.
So like I'm gonna miss at least the first hour probably of the game.
You'll miss 65 fouls. So
So maybe second half I can tune in.
I can't do the NBA, man.
You're just done.
boring.
You're done with it.
So boring. There's no flow. It's every 30 seconds there's a whistle or there's just no flow to the game at all anymore. It is so freaking boring. Can't do it. I just zone out. I'm just zone out. Billy, today in 1927, Yankees slugger Babe Ruth hits his first home run of the MLB record season, 60 home runs. He tees off on A's Howard in the first inning of the New York Yankees 6-3 win over Philadelphia.
Are you sure?
Yeah, positive.
Are you sure that's the 16th and not the 15th?
Oh, no, I was looking at yesterday's.
I saw that yesterday and I was like, wait a second, I saw that before.
I'll give you another Babe Ruth stat for today. In 1935, 40-year-old future baseball Hall of Famer did not take steroids. Babe Ruth debuts in the NL with a home run and a single in Boston Braves 4-2 win over the New York Giants in Boston.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go. Another Babe Ruth stat. Back-to-back Babe Ruth stats.
Love it.
You got anything else for us today, Billy?
Nope. Glad to see you back, bud. It's been a minute since you and I have done a podcast. I actually brought it up on the broadcast. I think the last time you and I did a podcast together was January.
Pretty sure that is correct. It was before baseball started. Once baseball starts, man, it's tough to get us together on the same thing. It's tough.
And like I mentioned the previous 2 pods, it's like we could, but it's like, hey, I'm like tonight, for instance, you know, I'm like, I'm getting off. I should be home by about 9:15. Maybe after that, you know, and I'm asking you to be there at a certain time. It's just tough.
It is. But we'll bring you more regularity with podcasts now that baseball season. I mean, we're, you know, probably got 2 or 3 more weeks max left, and it's not like we're calling games every night. So I think this will be a much more regular schedule going forward, at least until football season gets here.
Yeah, I don't think you and I will have one next week unless we do a morning podcast.
A pod?
Yeah.
Why?
Next week's Central playoffs start on Wednesday night for us.
Oh, we could do one Tuesday.
I mean, we could do something.
We'll figure it out. We'll do
Yeah.
something. For Billy Lindahl, I'm Bryce Sparling. Have a wonderful, safe day. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And as always, fins up.